Welcome to the Cannabis Packaging Show, the world's first cannabis packaging show, here in Providence, Rhode Island at the headquarters with none other than Troy Bly. Troy, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
All right, so we're doing a full brand immersion, which is a new program at Contempa for 2020 where we take top innovators in the cannabis industry who are serious about building brands. They're not just saying, I'm a cannabis company and I'm good, therefore. They're saying, I want to build a brand just like any other business. I happen to be a cannabis brand and I want to give the customer the best possible experience. And that's what this guy resembles literally from the beginning of your career. And it's been a pleasure getting to know you better over the last 2 days and hearing your story and how you started to where you're at and what you're building. We'll certainly get to what you're building at BCB, but I would love to start about, if you can talk about some of the experiences early in your life. You know my favorite example there that I've mentioned 1,000 times, but some previous examples in your life that ingrain those early beliefs about it's all about the customer, the customer, the customer. It's not just about the money. It's not just about the business side. Take great care of the customer at every step of the process. Maybe if you could share some of those, I think it would be valuable to a lot of people watching.
You know, no problem. I originally, believe it or not, I started from the barber industry. I've actually been a barber since 12 years old. So even when I graduated high school, I already had a barber's license. And what I was talking to Mike about was that I learned early about the total consumer and just the whole customer experience. I based my whole business model and everything I've ever done around the customer. Even from cutting hair, you know, I want to make sure that the customer is okay. It's all about the customer. For instance, even if you were doing a hot shave, making sure the towel is not too hot. Just so many things.
That's my favorite example.
Like where people don't pay attention to the details of things, and my whole experience was about regulating how that person felt. From when they walk in, what are they thinking? What is that customer think? What is he going to feel like when he sits down in my chair? What is he going to perceive of me? How am I dressed? How is my appearance? Because it's not about me, but it's about your customer. And when you cater everything around your customer, I think that's like the key to success. And I feel like that's what a lot of companies right now are like failing at. They think about the business, but they don't really cater to the consumer. And the consumer is what drives everything. That's who buys your products. That's who supports you. And so for me, I just believe, just even with my early background for just being a barber and understanding that, my whole thing is I get paid off of a service. I get tipped because of how well my service was. 100%. I'm not earning a paycheck. So everything I do is based off of what service I provide to you. And if I provide a great service, I'm going to, my customer's going to be happy and I'm compensated for it pretty well.
100%.
So that was kind of like the business model I took with everything.
And it's there's a saying in business where it's you take great care and you give great service to the person who you receive your compensation from, and you get paid in direct proportion to the value that you bring that person. And that's why I think examples and stories are sometimes really useful, and I'm going to think about that as I think through our customer experience and with our clients thinking through their customer experience. Absolutely. The barber and the hot towel, it's like you want every stage of that process. And I think the other point you made is really valid where, especially in the cannabis business, I think a lot of people have fallen in love with the cannabis industry for a wide variety of very positive reasons. And it's the industry they've fallen in love with, and it's the opportunity they fall in love with, which is all beautiful and a great thing. But the danger is when you stop falling in love with the customer. It's I love the business, I love the industry, and let's just figure out a way to get this cannabis out the door, as opposed to I love the business, I love the opportunity, that's healthy, and let's give the best possible experience to that consumer so they love us, fall in love with the client first and the business second. And I feel like you've done that throughout your whole life.
I built everything around that. Mm-hmm. Like, literally, that's part of my lifestyle. I don't care if you were a house guest. I want to control that experience where I can just give you the best experience. I want you to, from the time, even if I was picking you up from the airport, I wanted to give you the most scenic route. It's all about providing experience. And so when you make that part of your lifestyle, it automatically flows over to your business. And that's what we're going to see even with our company.
Yeah, I want to talk about BCB in a minute. And that mindset, just to anyone watching, whether you're in the cannabis industry or not, as a fundamental part of your business is, how do I give that client the best experience? And I think sometimes that becomes a cliche, which leads to no one doing anything, right? The best customer experience, everyone says it, but really think through from beginning to end, what's the experience you give to your customers? We all have work we can do in it, right? Like I've tried to make this 2 days very special. I push our company to make the experiences that, we give our customers special from beginning to end. Absolutely. And we can all do better in that. So whoever you are, think about that. Think about the hot towel. All right, that hot towel, don't make it too hot, right, Josh? All right, so let's get into BCB and talk a little bit about the vision, and then also how you've taken this consumer first mindset, taking the best care of the customer, and how that influences your decisions, because I see that as a common thread in what you're doing.
All right. Well, the name of my company is Black Cannabis Brand. We go also by BCB. We're actually a cannabis and CBD company. And what we've done is really created a very unique distribution plan.
Very unique.
We're the first company in the world, cannabis or CBD, to exclusively distribute our products out of our state-of-the-art kiosk. And also what we've done is we've developed, we're in the process right now, we're developing a proprietary app also that connects with all of our kiosks. And last but not least, speaking of that whole experience, the goal for BCB was to give our customers the ultimate unboxing experience. And so with that being said, 100% of our packaging is AR. And for those who don't know who AR is, that's augmented reality. Like you use it on Snapchat, those filters and everything, that's AR. So for instance, if you took our app right now, you scan the box. If you scan on this BCB right now, you're gonna learn, it's gonna come to life. You're gonna learn everything about it. Or if we have a particular brand ambassador, you're gonna learn everything about the box, the company, who we are, what we're about, the product that you're consuming. So we're taking things to the next level. And last but not least, even the kiosk is AR. So you'll literally be able to, not only when you download our app, be able to figure out where's the nearest kiosk at, but even when you scan the kiosk, you will be able to learn everything about the company. And say, for instance, we have a brand ambassador that's wrapped fully around the kiosk.
That's a big name brand ambassador.
And so from there, you will learn about those brand ambassadors and whatever charity that they are involved with. Part of the proceeds go to the charity. So every single kiosk we have tells its story. So we might have hundreds and hundreds of kiosks. Each one of them tells a very unique story, and each one of them is dedicated specifically to donate a portion of the proceeds to a particular charity. So we want to be able to cover everything, give people not only just this ultimate cool experience, but have something that goes towards a good cause as well. I think you'll feel a lot better. Not only you're going to buy the product anyway, but knowing that, it went to a really great charity as well, part of the proceeds. So, like I said, our whole business plan is literally catered around the ultimate customer experience, the ultimate unboxing experience. And that's what we wanted to do, that separated ourselves from probably any other company in America. And like I said, we're literally the first to do a lot of these things right now.
You're on the cutting edge of
first
a lot
to
of
market.
things.
We don't even have a blueprint of how to do these things, but that's okay. Someone had to be the trailblazer. Someone had to make history and do these things, and that's what we're doing over at Black Cannabis Brand. It's just providing our customers with just the ultimate experience. And also, we have the top end products. We're putting the best of the best products. I mean, we have some of your favorite athletes and entertainers that's a part of our company, and that'll be brand ambassadors and also investors in our company. We can't afford to give them a bad product, yet alone our customers. We want to ensure not only you're getting this great, boxing experience, but you're getting a great product that you love. So we want you not only to be able to fall in love with the process, but fall in love with the product and recommend this. We're a trusted brand. That was our whole thing about just building a trusted brand.
At every stage.
I think we're working, very hard to do that from day one. Not grow into that later on. From day one, we're putting out the best product.
That's an important point. It's you see a lot of cannabis brands that and to no fault of any operator who's doing this, because I have the utmost respect for what it takes to deal with all legislators and regulations and all that, but a lot of operators opening the doors, it's whatever it takes to open the doors, and then later, maybe, we'll improve and worry about making it a great experience. And that's because they want to start positive cash flow, because a lot of cash is going out, versus your position, which is from day one, I want to put out the best possible experience. Talk to me about maybe how you've dealt and thought about that, where I'm sure you've been tempted as you're spending cash to have the cash coming back sooner. How'd you make that decision to wait and do it right from the beginning, as opposed to launching with maybe some sort of beta version that's not fully baked and then improving it?
Absolutely. And when I tell you, first of all, that this was very tough. I've had people that, how can I invest? How can I be a part of this? I want to put up money to get this thing started, because a lot of people want to be in the cannabis space right now, right? It's a very popular thing, but people don't understand how much goes behind the scenes and about doing this thing right. We didn't want to just be able to put some product out there just to say we had it. As a lot of people know, and I'm sure a lot of viewers know right now, minority-owned, especially black-owned companies, which we are, Black Cannabis Brand, we make up only about 1% of the industry. And so that's a very low number. And that's really tough. And so when you're at 1%, you can't afford to have to do anything. We had to be able to figure out a way to make a great first impression in the industry. We already kind of had a lot of, per se, cards stacked against us when you got 99% of the industry is non-black, and then you have us coming in at the 1%. So my whole thing is about, we work in excellence. Everything about us breeds excellence. We're first class all across the board. And with that being said, I wanted to do it right. I really focused on that. Being able to do this thing the right way. Being able to show that, when we see this, we think excellence. We think luxury. We think top quality. From everything from our boxes. We're literally designing every single spec, of everything we're doing. It's inspected, it's tested. Hey, we only want to put the top quality out. And guess what? Yes, that means this takes a little longer to get things out, but it's worth it. We're like the Rolls Royce. You don't build a Rolls Royce the same time that you build, I won't even say another brand, but a traditional, right? But it takes time to build something what we're doing, but we're built to last. When we built this out, I'm preparing, for generations down the line. We're all about legacy. We want our kids and our grandkids to be able to have something to pass down to. I wasn't around when alcohol became legal back in the day, different prohibitions, and I was a little too young to get in part of the tech bubble and all of those things right there, the .com. But being able to get into this space, I knew that if I was fortunate enough to get in this space, we had to do it the right way. Mm-hmm. And so we focused all our efforts. I literally took 3 years just to get to the point where we're at now, and just developing the strategy, just building the game plan.
Overnight success.
Right. And when we was building, it wasn't even legal.
But you saw
but I saw,
I
was able to forecast, and I saw.
You saw Colorado. You saw where this thing was going.
But just on like a nationwide level to what we were doing, I just saw that this could be something really big, and I understand technology in a way, the trends, and I knew that we had to get ahead of this thing. We're not where cannabis is right now. We're where cannabis is going. Mm-hmm. Whether you like it or not, cannabis is going to go to the next level, even on the technology wise. And a lot of these companies, they're not prepared, they're going to fall by the wayside. So we started out for success. We wanted to give our team and our company the best chance to succeed in this industry. And just even being here, I just think just even with our packaging being, so unique and this upscale luxury, I just think that already, separates us and put us at the top of the pack from day one.
100%. You're separating yourself from, I'd say, 95% of people just in doing that.
Absolutely.
And I love how the part of your story where you take that negative that idea of the 1% black-owned businesses, and you've turned it into fuel. You've turned it into a positive, and you've said, and you've made that like, because of that, I'm going to make everything the best. I'm going to take the best care of my customer. I'm going to do, and that's an example that I respect greatly. That might be the very seed that makes this thing work. Think about it that way.
It was the biggest motivational tool. I didn't look at it as a negative thing. I looked at it as, you know what? I'm blessed with the opportunity to be able to open the doors up. So now those percentages can rise. Mm-hmm. You get especially as far as black owned and just minority owned companies, period, is that it takes someone to come in, trailblaze, and open up doors for the rest. So guess what? 2-3 years from now, what if we're at 4 or 5%? What if we're at 10%? What if we start to get more on an even playing field? Someone had to do that. And so I'm honored just to have that opportunity to really be able to step in and say, hey, not only are, we part of the 1%, but we're building a company that's going to be just a great overall company. We're bigger than just a black company.
And that's what I love.
We're just going to be a great cannabis and CBD company business all around, right? We're just going to be a brand that you just want to be a part of. We just happen to be black owned.
100%.
But the difference is that when you go to our boardrooms and you look at our company, we will have the diversity.
It's a diverse group.
Representation is everything in this industry, and not even putting any names out, but you look at a lot of these big companies' websites, you don't see any diversity, and that's where they're going to miss the market, I believe, just because of they don't understand how diverse the cannabis industry is. Just for instance, when you get to the black level, you might have 15, 20, 30% of your consumer base is minority or even black owned, but your company doesn't reflect any of those things. And so, we just want to be able to open the doors up for everyone. Anyone that believes in what we have going on at Black Cannabis Brand, we want you to be a part of. We don't discriminate what color you are, race, gender, anything. We just want to build this up with the best diverse team in the world. And I feel like that's what we're doing now.
You really are. And talk about opportunity too. Just think about how fortunate we are that this is happening during our lifetime. Just from like you said, you didn't go through alcohol prohibition. Good or bad, whatever's happened, and I would say a lot of it's bad, just frankly, but whatever it is, however the cards are meant to fall, or the dice, or whatever the hell the saying is, we're in the middle of this now.
We're really blessed.
This gives you that chance to create something generational. It gives us a chance to create something special by working with people like you and serving people like you and being sort of living through your process, right? Vicariously through it. It's like, this has been an amazing 2 days. I don't know if I said it, but we did the full Brand Immersion the last 2 days, where Troy came in and our team became his team and just made amazing progress in a couple days. And just, I remind myself that frequently, because in the day-to-day, I'm sure everyone can relate to this, we're so busy in this industry, you sometimes lose sight of how special the moment is. And it's something that we'll look back, and these will be the good old days, 5-10 years.
Absolutely.
If you're watching this video in 5-10 years, these will be the good old days. 2020, not even the states are all legalized. There's so much uncertainty, but that uncertainty is opportunity. That's why we have an opportunity. If it was fully, perfectly played out, the big money guys would just eat it all up.
Absolutely. And just thinking to the point of, how blessed we are to be in this space. Unfortunately, in my community, the war on drugs was huge from the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s. I literally have family members, friends, people I love dearly that are locked up over cannabis.
Families ripped apart.
Yeah, I've seen families ripped apart. I've seen children have to raise their own, basically grow up fatherless and raise themselves just off of the war on drugs. And especially just a couple joints is putting people away for decades. You got people that's literally got life for marijuana, and so I understand how blessed we are, but at the end of the day it still bothers me, and it still doesn't sit well that somebody I love dearly can't even get out of prison
Mm-hmm.
because of something that we're allowed to make millions of dollars off of. And so for us, even at Black Cannabis Brand, like, we're really advocating and lobbying to, okay, it's great that you're making these things legal. It's great that it's getting ready to be legal on the federal level. But you know what? First of all, start by expunging everybody's record that had to lose their freedom and be torn away from their families over this. But we have to be able to let these people come home. You hold them up for nothing. Other people can make millions, but they have to sit, in a prison cell and rot.
Right.
Over stuff that we have the luxury to be able to use and consume every day of our lives if we want to. So that's not right. So, as blessed and thankful as I am for this, it's still hard for me.
I get it.
Just to really be able to be just super happy about this, because until I start to see things change and see these prison gates open up and let people home for this, I'm happy, I'm thankful, but it will never truly sit right with me, until then. And guess what? When they open up those prison gates and come home, Black Cannabis Brand will be the first to welcome them in with careers. Second chance at life. We're already doing that right now. So we have people that, went to prison, really for cannabis. But now they're working with us and they have careers, not jobs, not low-level jobs. I mean, they're in our labs. They're part of our operational teams. They're part of our production teams. They have something that they can be proud of now. Something that literally took their freedom away. Now they can proudly say they're part of something over at Black Cannabis Brand. So it's just, for us, it's just so much bigger than just, a brand and the cannabis. Like, I understand what this means and I'm 100% taking it all in, but it just really still sits uneasy with me.
I don't blame you.
You know what I mean? It's really tough for it to really just, yay, and celebrate.
Uh-huh.
When I got somebody looking behind the prison bars, wishing they could just come home.
Well, I think one of the great things that legalization is bringing is the proper perspective on what has happened.
Mm-hmm.
I would say you're looking at 99% of people that would agree that those men and women deserve to come home.
Yeah.
And you're already seeing that, right? You're seeing some
we're
more
starting to see
people
them come home.
being let out and coming home. So, but I hear you.
There's tens of thousands that still needs to come home.
Still need to come home.
Everyone doesn't have anyone lobbying for them.
Right, like you've lobbied for people
Right.
to and there's so much we can talk about that we've covered. We can talk about the film and all those things, but maybe this is another place where it's another thing that I respect about it is you take a negative and you turn it into fuel.
Mm-hmm.
You take that negative and you're going to give them that second chance and you're going to give them that job and that position as these things happen. So we focus on what we can control, right?
Absolutely.
Focus on what we can control. So the last thing I want to talk about, and then we can chat about whatever you want as well, but is this idea of excellence through every stage. So let me paint how I see you caring about the consumer at every stage, and then tell me how well I do.
All
So
right.
at Black Cannabis Brands, we have, starting with the kiosk and the most cutting edge technology and looking at how consumers behave in today's world and adapting the technology to that.
Correct.
So that's the first place you care
Correct.
about the consumer.
Mm-hmm.
Second, the whole customer experience, the packaging, the unboxing, the marketing, relating through celebrities, through musicians, through athletes,
Charity.
through the charity. And the third thing, the quality products, the highest quality products, the testing behind the products, making sure that the products are the best in the world.
Absolutely.
Fourth thing, I don't know, there's a lot. Why don't
You know
talk about
what?
your brand?
And the fourth thing that I didn't speak on is, and actually what I'm most proud about, is the community service. At Black Cannabis Brand, we're going to dominate when it comes to the community, giving back to the community. Giving back to the communities that's been, especially the ones that's been at a disadvantage, the ones that's been socially and economically oppressed. Now we have a chance to be able to give back to these communities. You know what? It's going to be kids that their father is locked up for cannabis, but we'll be able to provide them a scholarship. the same thing that locked their father up is the same thing that's going to pay for their child's scholarship to go to college,
push them to the
and
next
different
level.
things like that. And they'll be able to have a job and different things like that. So we want to give back. Even, we're doing a lot of work with the homeless as well. I do this already. I'm always, monthly. I do free haircuts for the homeless and everything. That's just part of my lifestyle outside of Black Cannabis Brand. And we'll be providing like showers and even product for the homeless, especially on the CBD side, because there's so many people that they can't afford to go to the hospital. Something's wrong. They have, physical ailments, disabilities, and different things like that. But, they can't even afford, a $50 bottle or a $100 bottle. But you know what? If we can go back and be able to give stuff to them, I just think that's something that means a lot. Like, for us to just dominate, not cut a check, to the community and to the homeless, but no, actually help people.
Help the person
being
in the
out
corner
there.
suffering.
They know what we're about. They know that we care about them. And the community knows that we care about them. A lot of these companies, they go in and they might make millions, but what are you giving back? Not just a check. Are you giving your time? Are you giving your effort? So these people know who you are. People will know who the CEO of Black Cannabis Brand is. We want to be approachable. We want to be able to, let's hang out. Let me take you guys to dinner. Let's tell you what we're about. You'll see us in the community giving back at events. Not just the Thanksgiving and the Christmas time. All across the board. We want to show representation throughout the community, but that's who we are.
That's who you are.
And I just believe
that's
that
who you are.
But that's
your story.
Our whole company will be about.
Because that's the culture that you're going
Right.
to build.
From everyone in the company, that's like part of the job description almost is you have to put so much time back into the community as well. Not like just community service where you're forced to do it, but because you want to do it. You want to help. The people around should know who you are. You should be well represented everywhere you go. And I just believe that's really big to be able to give back and just dominate when it comes to community service.
It's a great thing to dominate.
That's just what we're about.
I've never heard that phrase, dominate community service.
Dominate community service. Willingly. We love to do it. We want to get out. We want people to know who we are, what we're about. Because at the end of the day, that's how you grow a true household brand. That's how you grow something that I want little kids to be able to, when they graduate high school and college, they know that they can come work for us. They know that they have a real career. Because I don't know if you know this right now, well, you know it, but a lot of people don't know, but these are the new careers now. Is in the cannabis industry, your growers, your cultivators, your chemists, your biologists, all of these different things. Those are real life careers. Like, people can do this for the rest of their life. We got people that, people have 6-figure careers and working with us type of things where, they can retire working with us. That's the type of thing that we want to be able to build where, like you have your Googles and everything else, but in Black Cannabis Brand, we're creating a whole new culture, and I just believe that this is something that everyone will have a huge appreciation for, and I will hope that it reflects through everything we're doing, from our products to everything we're doing right now. I just hope that people will be able to appreciate the extra energy and extra efforts that we're doing to just ultimately just please our customer and give them just the ultimate experience.
They will.
For the rest, like from day one, for 30 years from now, they still love and enjoy our products, and our mottos and our morals will never change.
Because you're going to keep innovating. That's the thing we
This is
talked
just
about
the start.
before.
This is just the start.
You're just starting, but the culture is what's going to be solid, and that'll be always what BCB is about. And then you'll innovate as time goes on. You're already innovating. You're already looking at every trend. You're already, let's say where the puck is going, right, to the next level.
And our whole motto is we're a luxury brand that influences the culture. That's something that we stand by. We're going to influence the culture all over. We're breaking a lot of stereotypes right now in the industry. Everything's just not, you're a stoner. No, we have people that make $1 million a year. Highly functional, some of your top performing people in the world using our product, along with professional athletes and everything else.
Making a lot more than $1 million a year. Some of the guys.
Right.
Some.
You're talking about high level.
I'm not going to say names if you want to say them, but literally top Pro Bowl NFL athletes that are going to be part of the Black Cannabis Brands family. So this is big.
We're
scale.
taking the top of the line, people, and we're growing something special. To be honest, every day something is just big and developing right now for us. It's so weird because it's like life is literally changing overnight for what we're doing. Every time we wake up, every single day something, good news is happening, or this company wants hundreds of kiosks here and they believe in what we're doing. We're growing something that I can't even say how big this thing is going to get. Mm-hmm. But what I can say that no matter how big we get, our morals won't change.
And that's the culture.
We're going to always, give back. We're always going to be those same people that care about the community, that cares about that ultimate customer experience. So, what they say, on every level, we'll always be solid.
100%.
We'll be solid all the way.
No one can touch you, and I respect that so greatly, and I think everyone's going to respect it as you bring your vision, and the world sees what I've seen, and obviously what you know.
We stay in our lane. We don't compete with anyone. No one has the blueprint that we're using right now. We're trailblazing our own. Mm-hmm. We want to be able to open up the doors. Someone say, hey, I want to be able to do a kiosk one day. Please do it. It doesn't matter to me. I want to just see people empowered. I'm happy that someone would even want to be able to, if you want to call it copycat our business strategy. That means
they will. I promise you.
Impersonation is the biggest flattery. That's I love it.
There you go.
But that shows that's trailblazing, and we'll still always stay in our own lane because our core values is what's going to put us to the top.
And you're going to the next place. I say it all the time. We've been an innovator in cannabis packaging. We've gone to shows, and you literally see our design, not even our product, because a lot of our products are patented, but our exact design stolen and sitting in someone's booth. I'm not thrilled about it, and the team comes and they're upset and they're panicking about it. But I say to them, that's what we did 6 months ago. We're going to talk to them. We're not going to just sit around and get walked over. But that's what we did 6 months ago. They don't know where we're going.
Right.
They don't. So in the same way, the guy says, "Oh, Black Cannabis Brands. I saw the cannabis packaging show. Let's create a kiosk." They have no idea where you're going. Not only is it hard to execute, but they don't know the 2 years. They don't, and that's why, as an innovator, if that becomes continues to be part of who you are, no one can catch you, even if they copy you, because they don't know where you're going.
Yeah, we're on such another level, and we're a global brand. We're bigger than just a domestic brand, and we created something unique that's going to take us all over the world and be able to help people all over the world. So, anybody can try how they want, but at the end of the day, they'll never be able to catch what we're doing.
Maybe they'll create their own path, right? And do something.
Hopefully, we need more innovators.
You don't want the competition. We don't like the competition. Nobody do a kiosk.
Either way, we're gonna dominate either way.
You'll be blocked. You'll be blocked from watching the cannabis.
We'll dominate either way.
So last thing is we're going to talk about these props right here, right? So the props here are here for a very specific reason, a very calculated reason, right? As we talked about earlier,
Absolutely.
A calculated reason. If you watch the other video, you'll see the calculated reason. We actually don't have a reason, but I just thought of something good. Ready? Ready for this?
I'll get it.
Tell me if you think this is good. So we talk a lot about packaging and the importance of packaging and the value of packaging. And if you're watching this show, you probably already believe that packaging is valuable for building your brand. But some people take the position, and they say this to us sometimes, and I say, if that's your position, that's your position. I probably try to sell them a little bit harder than that, but some people say, you know what? The packaging, does it really matter? Just throw the pre-roll in a pop top. It's only the thing that carries the product. It's not that important. So I first want to get your thoughts to that, and while we get your thoughts, I want to show you three multi-million, if not billion-dollar companies, and look at what they've done to something called water, which used to come out of a hose or a faucet, or wherever water comes from, right? And they've turned them into companies through something that we won't mention. But talk to me about, for those people who have that perspective of, let's just put the cannabis in whatever, and the packaging doesn't matter, and maybe even the branding and the marketing doesn't matter because we sell cannabis. What would you say to them as genuine to your best friend? What would you say to them?
Well, you always have to remember that perception is reality. And with that being said, the way you present something is what people think about it. if you presented this right now and just a clear bottle, just a clear bottle with anything on it, are they supposed to respect your brand? Like, this is respectable. This is something different. This will, right now, if I drink this right now, I kind of feel top shelf.
Crack it open. Crack it open. Let's go.
If I could feel top shelf about water, I mean, this is awesome. And for me already, just seeing this, I just feel like this is luxury to me compared to if I just open up a traditional bottled water.
What does it feel like when you come into the office and there's San Pellegrino as opposed to?
It's the next level. I feel it's an upscale feel. It makes me personally feel good, even though literally it could just be just water. Even if the substance inside literally tastes the same, I feel better. I just popped the bottle. Mm-hmm. Like literally, I just popped the bottle and it's just gonna make me feel better. Mm-hmm. It's upscale.
They say, but the water's from Italy. Why not just put it in a plastic cup? And isn't it the same water? And what is the packaging? What does the branding matter? That's the same argument to the cannabis thing that I said earlier.
Perception is reality. Mm-hmm. This reminds me of an energy drink or anything else, but it's water. But I feel different. I'm probably gonna feel more energized, just feeling like I just drunk this. It's just gonna make me more energized. Even if it's just mentally, the way you perceive something. Take for example, let's just use Airbnb. All right, you're in an Airbnb. The inside you just saw the inside of the place looks great. They put all these great pictures on it. All right, but then you pull up to the place and it looks like it's an abandoned building. Will you still feel the same way about it? Would you?
Absolutely not.
You're gonna be like,
I
don't care how nice the inside is. I don't even feel comfortable. Because why? Perception is reality.
Yeah, I don't trust, the inside looked nice, but I don't trust someone who would leave their outside trashed. What kind of a person would present their building in this fashion? And what does it speak to what's on the inside? Maybe there's bed bugs and.
And what you just mentioned is the word trust. And I think that's very valuable when it comes to, building a brand. Yeah. If I just gave you, whatever it is and just something generic, I can be considered generic. Are you supposed to trust that I'm just this high-end luxury product if I give you something generic?
You're the commodity, you're the low price. The market tells you how much money you can make and whether you can stay in business.
Right. But if I take time and give you that same product in a high-end luxury box, it's going to look good, it's going to feel good. I'm sure just mentally that will click with you, won't it? Mm-hmm. I mean, at least going to tell you that, hey, we took time to design this. We took time to manufacture this. We took time. We put thought into it. And I feel like that's what all trusted brands do. They take time to, with their packaging is everything. I mean, look at the liquor companies. Look at all these different things. They don't invest millions and millions and millions of dollars for nothing. They're doing that because that's what's going to catch your eye. They know that if you drink this, it's going to give you a different feel. Or at least that's what they're trying to give off. They want you to feel they are a trusted brand.
It works. It's because that's how the world is. That's why I say you got to look at how the world is, not how you wish it could be. You might wish that packaging didn't matter, that it didn't influence you, but I asked you to look at, the brands that are the most successful, the brands that you love. I mean, there's a reason that Fiji water bottle is there, and I like to drink Fiji water, and it's not logical. Is that logical that bottle is worth paying an extra $2 for? I wouldn't say I drink it all the time, but this is the world that we live in, and these principles work. And if you ignore them at your own risk, knowing that there's a reason every other industry, the top brands don't ignore them. And I say that not from my own self-interest, because we're a packaging company. We're a packaging company because this stuff matters. And I hope you guys can take that.
It matters 100%. And again, perception is reality. Mm-hmm. What somebody sees from the first sight is what they judge on. That's what they're going to think about you. If you didn't take the time to invest in quality product like packaging, if your packaging looks like everyone else, they're going to think you're like everyone else. When it looks different, At least going to give you the benefit of the doubt.
They're gonna look. They're gonna find. Let
me at least see what this is about. It looks cool. It has to be better. They couldn't have spent all this money and all this time on something that's a trash product.
That's the reality of how we think. And then you back it up with the great product. You back it up with the great product. You don't rely on the packaging only. You back it up with the great product. I had a client. I had to step out from the 2-day immersion. He graciously didn't say, "Hey, you jerk! You made me come in here." He literally said, he was in Oklahoma. He said, "I was told," and the reason that he's so excited to work with us, I was told people love your product, we love your product, but the packaging is second rate to the point where we're putting it in the corner. I'm not presenting your packaging in the front of my stores.
Right, and that's what it's about. It's top shelf. You want to be able to have something that's going to stand out. And in this industry, all you have is, your difference. If you can stand out, that's like literally I think the first step for any good brand right now, just being able to stand out.
Stand out, be different.
You got to be able to bag it up with the product, but just to even be able to get a separation. If I'm looking at everything right now, I like this a little different.
100%.
I'm gonna put this over here. So
all day.
No, that's good.
And the last thing I'll say to all you guys is watch the Green Cannabis Packaging series, because some of you guys might be saying, "Oh, if you have nice packaging, it's not sustainable." That is a myth. You need to change your definition of sustainable. And I'll just leave it at that. Change the difference in the way what's actually sustainable. There's ways to think about that. So don't jump to conclusions so quickly. Watch the Green Cannabis Packaging series, edited and filmed by none other than Josh.
Good job.
Heather's in the house. Heather's like, "No, I'm not in the house." All right. Vark's in the house. He's making little noise.
Trying to stay quiet.
Good. So we're going to, anything else you want to say on the show before we wrap it up with session number 7, which is going to be our final game plan as you leave here after the 2-day immersion?
Well, first I just want to say thank you. Just thank you for, the opportunity. I'm sitting here, but, I watched your show. Just being able to watch your show, and now, literally, months later, sitting here interviewing, but just thankful for the opportunity. Thank you for believing in us at Black Cannabis Brand and our vision. We believe in you.
Thank you.
Here at Contempo, we believe in you guys, and you guys believe in us. Your staff has just been amazing. Just from day one, even before we got here, just from our group emails and just talking. Everyone made me feel right at home. And I think that's special. That's the type of relationship that you can only dream of when you're building your brand, and even with your packaging. The packaging is the first thing someone's going to see. It's our first line of defense. Right? It's the first thing that people put their eyes on. So that literally makes or break your brand. And so for us to be able to have something that will be unique and we could stand behind and be proud of, and you guys giving us that opportunity to have that uniqueness is like really awesome. And I'm just looking forward to a long-term relationship with the company and just continuing to grow with this, and hopefully we can, even at Black Cannabis Brand, really just be like one of your biggest, almost like brand ambassadors, as far as, look what we did with these guys. We took it from here, and now they're one of the biggest brands in the world. And so it starts with the boardroom, the war room, how we're putting everything together and just building everything out, every single detail. So, I'm forever grateful. My team and my company is forever grateful. You always taking time out to answer any type of questions we have, and just everyone just doing such a great job. So, just these 2 days, I'm forever grateful, for this opportunity. And of course, I'll be here all the time. We're working, so this is a continuing relationship that we have, that we're building. So, but I'm forever again grateful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank for everyone that's involved mutual. With this. It's just great to have someone that believes in you, and I
do.
And of course, at Black Cannabis Brand, we believe in you guys 100% as well, and that's why we're here. And we're getting ready to make history together.
That's why we're here. We're not messing around. It's time to get to work.
History,
so thank you. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Definitely check out Troy. Give me your social media handles. Where can people follow Black Cannabis Brands?
So you'll be able to follow on all social media platforms. We are BCB. And if you want to follow me personally, at Troy Bly, TroyBly on all social media platforms.
That's some good follower count. I saw that.
Yeah, you know, we're working, we're growing every day, and you know, we'll eventually have millions of followers and consumers.
You will. You're going to be a leader. You're going to be a trailblazer. You're going to be a role model. You're going to be somebody who turns negatives into positives, which is something that we all need to do and learn from. And I believe you're on the verge of something very successful that the world's going to respect and the world's going to love. So,
and be looking out for our kiosks. They'll be launching soon, nationwide. It'll be very awesome. You'll be able to download the app and locate any one of our kiosks nationwide, and I'll eventually, be able to do a follow-up, on that as well.
Live on site, the Cannabis Packaging Show on site
we're
at the
doing one on
kiosk.
site at the kiosk.
At the kiosk.
Yeah, grand opening. So we're having grand openings and launches in all of the states. So it'll be a big, huge red carpet event.
We're looking at 300 to start. 300.
Starting out, yeah, we're looking at 300, and then for winter time, we're looking at launching 1,000 nationwide.
Get ready.
So we're coming. We're
Get
coming.
ready,
We're
Cannabis
coming. And
World.
that's not even enough. So that's just the start.
We'll
So
keep it
eventually
moving.
we'll have tens of thousands.
All right.
Thank you again.
Absolutely. Thanks, Troy.